How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Below Average Wrestling Podcast. My name is Mike.
And my name...
I've really tried my hardest, dude.
And my name is John. What is up, everybody?
Oh, man. I'm really trying my hardest here with controlling the audio and all that bull crap. But anyways, another day, another podcast. And I felt rushed today. I mean, obviously you felt rushed today.
I've had a crazy day, so it's not. I ran out here. I literally just. No,
you did. Well, before we continue with our WWE thing, you want to tell them what happened today to you?
Well, today's been a great day. I've tried to see the positive in everything. That's what my new life is now. I'm trying to see positive in everything.
New life.
Well, I woke up, I found out certain things, and I was like about something that I had to do, and it wasn't great news, and I was like, great, okay, I got to deal with that.
Okay.
So my van had been acting up for the past few weeks, but I hadn't had the cash to fix it.
Yeah.
And stuff. So I let it go. So I noticed today in the morning the car was a little more noisier than usual. But I was like, nah. So I'm just driving. I'm doing my thing. And luckily, I was actually leaving from my mother's house. And I was driving the car. And out of nowhere, I hear... like just like this, something like loud in the van. Something exploded. And then I'm like, oh, great. I kind of knew what it was. I knew it was a timing belt, and I was like, okay, whatever. So I get out, and then out of nowhere, the car, like it looked like it was in labor, and the water broke, because literally out of nowhere you just hear.
And dang, it straight up like that.
It dropped off all the water. So it was the water pump and the timing belt and all that stuff. And it was I was on my way to my next appointment. I had to cancel that, and I was even thinking of canceling the next day because I couldn't get the person to come fix my car. And then luckily he came through. He rescheduled his appointment that he had to come help me
and come fix your car.
Yeah, well, he's my uncle, and I love him to death.
Shout out to his uncle.
Shout out to my uncle, my tío Beto out there. But yes,
getting that business up and running.
And then I didn't want to hurry him up, and I knew I had to be here.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to hurry him. That's why I text you.
Yeah.
I don't want to hurry him up, but he's quick with everything, so I'm like, I think he'll make it. So I told him, I was like, how much are you gonna charge me so I can go while you're doing this? And he tells me I got the money and everything, and literally by 5:35 he was done.
Yeah, you barely made it.
Yeah,
bro.
I barely made it.
You even texted me. You're like, hey, I'm going to be a little late. I might just make it right at 6. I was like, dude, I was literally expecting you to make it at 6. I was like, all right, we're not going to run through it. We're just going to wing it. You made it a little bit before 6.
I got here close at almost 50.
I think, it was around 5:50. So we were able to kind of run through a little bit what we were going to talk about today.
Yeah, man.
But I was like, screw it. We're just going to have to wing it.
I didn't even make it to the house to shower. I've been in this uniform all day. I couldn't even grab the mask because I took it home. Because I was sick last week, and I didn't want to, be in all that bacteria, whatever. That's what we said
after we went off the air last week. We were like, hey, why don't you take your mask home with you and wash it?
Yeah.
And then he was like, all right, cool, whatever. So you didn't.
But you remember the reason why I keep it here?
Yeah,
because I forget it, and I'm like, today it just didn't cross my mind. I thought I was gonna be. I was like, I'm gonna go work. I'm gonna be home at a good time, and I'm gonna shower, grab my stuff, and leave because that's what I usually do on Tuesdays. But today was just. And then I'm a very, I overthink everything, and I'm very like that, and it's just it messed me up today.
I'm sure, dude. I was super messed up today as well. I had my neighbors actually before you got here. They were doing like a bunch of construction, and I don't know what, fixing up that house of theirs. It was just like noisy and all this stuff. I was like, are they gonna even let us do this? But yeah, they left like 30 minutes ago, so I was like, cool. It was already getting dark, anyways. But anyways, yes, we've had a very eventful couple of hours, I guess, or the whole day, I guess you can say.
Yeah, man. But you know what? Things happen. God is good. I'm alive. That's all that matters. So it
didn't happen in a worse location though.
No, I'm glad it happened literally in my mom's neighborhood. It was funny because it happened and some kid was all like, "Oh shit, look!" And those two kids just point at me like in the movies. Look, and they just point. And I'm like, oh, great. I was literally about to get in there and look, and I was like, you know what? I was like, I literally got in the car, turned around, and I went back to my mom's. And I was all like,
that's good.
I was like, I'm out. And I was like, I'm done with this. But you know what? I'm here. I made it. No mask. I'm a bust a Ray.
I was about to say, just bust out the Ray Mysterio on Instagram, where he's always like this. He's always like, when he takes his pictures, I know the podcast people can't really see us what we're doing. Only YouTube can see us. But he's like, Go to Rey Mysterio's
He
Instagram.
literally puts his hand over his nose.
Yeah.
And you can just see his eyes. He acts like nobody's seen his face.
It's true. That's so true. It's true. Rey Mysterio acts like nobody's seen his face.
My girl, literally, every time she sees Rey and she forgets what he looks like, she will Google him. She'll be like, hold on, what does he look like again? And then she's all like, okay. Maybe he just looks a little older now. Because those pictures are from like 2000.
He was a baby.
He was a kid. He was a kid when he got unmasked. So
yeah.
But yeah, man, interesting week very exciting on Raw.
Yeah, let's move on to some of the cool things that happened this week on WWE. Because I mean, I guess before we start with that, I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. This week with Raw and SmackDown has been one of the best WWE weeks we've had in a very long time.
Yeah, actually, yes, because usually it's either brand.
Usually
that carries. Yeah, SmackDown has been carrying Raw for the past literally 6-7 months.
Yeah,
but now so much happened, and it was I think it was unpredictable.
Yeah,
and WWE is very predictable.
Yeah,
and I think that's why the fans loved it. I was reading the comments on the WWE,
and it's okay
Instagram.
to be predictable every once. It's okay to be predictable on certain things. Like, okay, Royal Rumble, we wanted Becky to win. Becky winning was predictable, but Becky should have won. That was the right call.
Yeah,
you know, it's things like that. When it's like the right call, I know it's gonna make it predictable, but it's the right call. You go with that, but unpredictability with the whole Batista ending and all that stuff, that was all fantastic. Kevin Owens returning.
Yeah, it was good. And I did hear something about how somebody commented, I don't know if it was a comment or it was something about Becky Lynch, how you know how they were pushing it on both brands lately, and how they were smart enough to kind of like, they're kind of pushing it off, but still relevant. It's just so they don't, I feel like, drown the crowd with just that storyline, because literally that was the only storyline that was there. So this guy was saying that it's actually good that they did that.
Well, I mean, I think Becky's been carrying WWE since like November.
Yeah. So it's good to get fresh stuff that came in, but we know that that's still the main thing that's going on right now.
And you're right, actually, I didn't really realize it, but it's taking a back seat.
Taking a back seat. It took a back seat, and that's good though. It's good.
It's good, but I hope that once we get maybe 2-3 weeks off of WrestleMania, they amp that up, and that becomes more the focal point, because that should main event WrestleMania.
Oh yeah.
You know,
but the whole getting arrested situation. So I feel like they are trying to throw in a lot of that little Austin, and they keep mentioning Austin, and that's the, you know what I mean. But like we said it before, you just can't do that.
You can't remake another Austin. It's really hard to make another Austin.
I want to know actually Stone Cold's. I know he has a podcast. I want to know if he's actually touched that subject.
Yes, he has, and he's okay with it. Oh, okay. He loves it, actually. I remember, I think I heard some, or I read something, or I either read it or I heard it. I can't remember. But he was like, "No, man, I dig it. Like, it's her time. She's the star." Like, no, he digs it. I don't think there's a problem. I mean, Owens used to stun her.
Oh man, that was lit.
That was cool. Yeah, but you know what I mean? Like it's like I don't think there's a problem as long as people are doing it right, and as long as it's well written and everything like that.
It was. I give props to the writers for these past 2 days. That it was really good.
And speaking of the writers, I think that's what's probably been changing. You know, and from what I heard, Bruce Pritchard, who was a writer back in or head of creative back in WWE, I think it was like late '90s to like mid 2000s. He's back in his old position, which I guess his only boss is Vince McMahon, so he doesn't have to ask. He doesn't have to answer to anybody else
other than Vince.
So you can tell this week felt different.
It was different. It felt way so different. Mm-hmm. It was way different.
And I guess a change of writer or a change of creative literally just changes the whole thing.
It got a little taste of what it was a little bit like before, how it was. It's just a little taste of it. It was, of course, not
everything was jam packed. Everything had a purpose. It felt like everything had a purpose this week. I actually really enjoyed it. Speaking of purpose, you know, we can start off with, you know, I guess our first return. Roman Reigns. He announces that he is back, and his cancer, his leukemia, is in remission. What did you think about that?
I kind of knew.
Yeah.
It was too much of a hype and everything. I'm actually pretty excited to see what the WWE is going to do with him now.
I am too.
I was like, wait, are they gonna throw him in a triple threat, or are they gonna let Seth Rollins have his shine and then make something between them two? You know, I really don't know. But I'm very happy that his leukemia is in remission and all this stuff. There was a lot of talk and a lot of speculation saying that was just an excuse for him to go and film a movie. But I feel it was literally a lot. And I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, that would be very, very stupid of WWE because of all the foundations and all this stuff that they have with cancer and all the kids.
Yeah, there's no way I don't think they would
risk anything like that. You know what I mean?
100%.
You know, but it sucks because a lot of people were talking, you know, smack about that. Oh, this dude.
It's those flat earthers guys, right?
For real, bro. But other than that, congratulations to Roman Reigns for being back. You know, he's it was short, you know. I mean, that's good though. That's actually,
and it's true. Maybe, and I think that's what these I guess the fake cancer group is. You know, I think that's what they're missing is that. First of all, we're not.
He
doctors.
Still has cancer though.
He still has it.
It's just remission. So it means it went to go hide. It went to go hide again. That's all it does. Yeah.
That's all it does.
And I'm sure he did something for it. You know, I'm sure they did some treatments for it to go back in remission or something.
Well, I was about to say, we're not cancer experts. Nobody's over here is a cancer expert, nor do we know what kind of leukemia he has. Because even though in leukemia, there's other forms of leukemia that some may be more aggressive than others. His might have not been aggressive at all, which is why he was able to come back in 4 months. You know what I mean? So to play it off as in, oh yeah, no, they're BSing and he never had cancer. I think that's just crazy. I think it's ridiculous.
I don't think WWE would touch this because
they would never do that.
Yeah, just because of all the stuff.
First of all, it would be a PR disaster.
Oh yeah,
stocks will fall. I mean, they'll probably lose advertisers. It would be There's no way. I don't know why people are even thinking that. There's no way that they would do that.
And it doesn't mean that Roman, like you said, we don't know what type of cancer it is, and it doesn't mean that he's not able to move. He's not able to do anything. Like I know somebody that has leukemia, and they live. They have their downs and they have this and that, but they can do stuff. They can work. They can do. So that's what I'm just like. You can't judge. You really can't, unless you really, really, really know. Even then, bro. So, but
even if you were to have an aggressive type of cancer, his body will probably react differently than other people's body would react. It's just you can't. It's just you're different. You're different than everybody else, and you could even have a small amount of cancer, but your body will, or you can have a less aggressive cancer, but your body might react more aggressively than other people. It's just. People react differently, and if he was able to put it in remission in 4 months, that's freaking fantastic.
That's awesome. He's back.
So I'm super happy, and it felt great to see him back. Yes. But now, having that whole Roman personal issues aside, because I think we both in agreement. We're both very excited. We're both happy because dude's got a family, man. There's no way that you want nothing like that happen in real life. So he's got a family. I'm happy that he's back. But now let's go to WWE Roman Reigns. Not what's his name? Joe. Not Joe, but now WWE Roman Reigns. And what we probably think this actually means coming forward with the program. What do you think now?
I'm very. That's kind of where I'm stuck at. At first, I'm like, are they gonna plug him in because technically he just left the belt, so they're gonna give him a shot. I feel like they have to, but I don't know if it's going to be in WrestleMania.
Well, okay. Yeah, no, you're right. I hope it's not in WrestleMania. He does deserve his shot, but you also have to remember that Finn Balor didn't get his shot when he came back from injury right away.
True. That is true.
And
I'm sure he's going to want to say that I'm going to work for it. And
Yeah. And that's fine. Maybe come SummerSlam. But I think what WWE needs to be very careful is that they have somebody now that can become an even bigger superstar in Roman Reigns. But I think that they have to be careful where if they really start once again to shove them down people's throats, then it's just going to go back to where it was. And you don't want that.
Yeah, and people love him now.
Yes, they do.
Everybody that used to boo him don't boo him no more. You know what I mean? So he actually has,
and it will turn a heartbeat if you go back to booking the same way you were booking.
The fans will forget. The fans will forget. And they'll turn their back on you right away.
They'll turn it back if they go back to booking him the same way they've been booking him for years.
But since seeing how Raw and SmackDown was this past week, hopefully things can change and maybe they're gonna start booking them differently and start maybe at least the storylines would be different too. Because sometimes, man, his storylines were kind of whack too, and he was always the bitching. That's the thing.
Yeah,
that was the thing. He was always bitching. Starting off Raw, always bitching. You know what I mean? So we'll see what they do, but it looks like it's more of a kind Roman Reigns.
And that's fine.
You know
like
what
I said,
mean?
that's cool, man. That's cool if they're going to do all of that. I just think that they have to be really careful not to, once again, maybe shove them down people's throats, or else they're going to get tired. And like you said, they're going to forget. They'll be like, you know what? You're cool. Your cancer's asleep now. Now we're going to just boo you. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's like, no, you can actually build somebody. You can actually build a star. And I think we've talked about this before, where I actually hate the fact that WWE's been only focusing on one person.
Yeah.
They did it starting with John Cena. They couldn't build any other stars because all they did was put their eggs in John Cena. But back before John Cena, where they had Austin, they had The Rock, Triple H, The Undertaker, Jericho, freaking Guerrero. You had all these guys that, Benoit even. You had all these guys that were main eventers. I mean, even more. I'm sure I'm missing more people.
There's more people that were main eventers, and but I don't know. We'll see what Raw. What they have in store. I know they're making changes. So it looks like it looks like a lot's happening, but it's exciting. Because we don't know what's about to pop off. And we usually do.
Well, like you said, it felt this Raw felt different, and it was like I said, it was probably one of the best Raws. At least in like months, dude.
Yeah, bro. It's been months. A while. It's been a while.
For sure. Anyway, so you want to move on to... Okay, so let's move on to Batista's return. What did you think about Batista's return?
I thought it was a great way to come back. What did we think that somebody was going to interrupt? We
thought it was going to be like Becky or something,
Yeah,
right?
There we go. We thought it was going to be Becky coming in just wrecking hell.
Yeah.
But I think it was a great way to introduce the match that's going to happen in WrestleMania, because technically we've talked about how Dave Batista has been wanting to
I think he's been wanting to come back.
He's been wanting to come back and wrestle Triple H at WrestleMania, and I don't know if you guys remember, we got a hint of it when they all reunited
SmackDown. Was it SmackDown 1000?
Yeah, that he told him that you never beat him.
Oh yeah.
So that was when you got the little niche whatever about it, but I thought it was cool the way he did it, bro. It was unexpected. You know what I mean? It was really unexpected the way everything happened. That even the acting, everything was really good. I really liked it.
Yeah, I actually loved it as well, dude. You're right. It was unexpected, and I think that's what's been missing from WWE the last couple of months. Something unexpected, and that just felt good. I think everyone was like, oh, maybe Becky's gonna interfere, blah blah. Charlotte wasn't there, so I would only expect Becky to interfere if it was Charlotte was there.
I know. I noticed that Charlotte wasn't there.
Yeah, so then I was like, okay, so maybe it's not gonna be Becky. And then they cut to the back, and when Flair wasn't coming out, I was like, oh, there's something going on. Again, I also thought it was gonna be Becky, but then you saw Batista, I was like, oh, that's a freaking surprise. And I think that's what you want more than anything. You want more surprises, like that.
It's awesome that Flair lend himself to get dragged.
He got freaking dragged.
He got dragged. You know what I mean? So I thought that was awesome. I'm pretty sure that he wouldn't want in any other way to celebrate his birthday than getting dragged. Getting dragged by a big old dude.
Yeah.
But I thought it was awesome. I thought it should be a cool match. It should be a good match.
Would you say people were making fun of Batista's piercing?
Oh yeah, they were all like, "What's that on Batista's nose, bro? It looks weird. It's just this little small black piercing. I think it looks cute."
Oh great.
But I thought it was awesome. So I think so it's gonna be Batista and Triple H at WrestleMania. You know Triple H always inserts himself in WrestleMania,
in WrestleMania matches,
just like Shane McMahon. So it's what they do.
Let's move on to Kevin Owens' return. What did you think about that,
bro? I thought the way they did it was I don't know if they should have gave him a bigger like you know what I mean, kind of like a loan type of thing.
Okay.
But the way everything happened was just, I think, cool, and it was on time. And I feel like the whole Kingston thing, I think they're just saving them for Mania.
Yeah, they're absolutely.
That's literally
saving
what
Mania.
they just did. They just took them out because people want them in Mania.
I think what they're trying to do is just add more wood to that fire and make it like
that
a freaking forest fire.
I think that's exactly what they did. And perfect person did it. It's kind of like the same thing how Charlotte Flair did say how they inserted her. Yeah, it's exactly the same way. They just wanted the hype to be bigger for Kofi, because it's been trending Kofi Mania for I don't know how many weeks already. So it's been like people have been talking about it. So the way they introduced him was cool. Kevin Owens looks amazing. I know he's lost a little weight, a little bit, but he's still Kevin Owens. You know what I mean? But I think he came back as a face.
He came back as I don't know. As far as I'm concerned, he looks
somewhat of a face in a way. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I guess we're gonna have to see.
Yeah, the way he was talking to Stephanie and Shane was a little too nice. He was just very like how can I don't know, because usually he's like just mad. And remember when he was just mad and he just didn't like anybody.
Well, when my wife came back from work yesterday, it was like halfway through SmackDown, and she was like, and then so we watched the main event. And then she was like, oh, whoa, Kevin Owens, because she missed the beginning. I was like, oh, yeah, Kevin Owens is back. I forgot to tell you that. He's back. And then, like, I was like, towards the end of the match, I was like, all right, what time is it? Oh, yeah, he's about to turn on Kofi right now. Oh, he's about to turn on Kofi right now. Any second, he's going to turn on Kofi. Oh, SmackDown's off the air. Oh, crap, he didn't turn on Kofi. I was really expecting him to go full-blown heel, but you're right, he didn't, so I don't know.
Yeah, because he's all like, grab his hand, and they both grabbed their hands, and they did everything. So I'm just like, I think he's a face because even the videos that he was doing like that, he was a family guy with his kid, with the son, you know, like just being, he looks iffy because his nice is not a regular nice. He looks like he's just very assertive, very just like that's his. I don't know, but we'll see in the next few weeks what ends up happening. But I thought it was awesome the way he got introduced and everything. And I'm sure they're just saving Kofi for WrestleMania.
So I thought the same thing. I thought, one of the things that we're missing were like surprises. I love surprises when it comes to WWE. So the Batista thing was a surprise. This Kevin Owens thing was a surprise. Yes, we knew he was ready to come. And also I think the rumors are going around that Sami Zayn is also ready to come.
Oh, yeah.
We just don't know when. And I think I like the fact that you just kind of surprise them and just throw them out there. And yeah, man, it makes it freaking interesting. So I absolutely loved it, and I think you're right. They're just saving Kofi for Kofi Mania. Is that what we were going for instead of KO Mania?
All right, bro. I'm not gonna lie. WrestleMania is getting stacked.
It's getting good.
It's getting very, very good.
And that's good. That's good. Now that they're adding a little bit more depth to the whole thing. I mean, I know you for sure. Roman's gonna have something to do. You got Batista and Triple H. You have that that women main event, that triple threat. There's just so much to do.
There's a lot that's gonna happen.
But I agree though. I loved it. Another return that I really liked was the Matt Hardy one. So
I was unexpected. I didn't even realize that it was him till he kind of like came in the room. I was like, what the hell? Matt Hardy's in there?
Well, it was Cesaro versus Johnny Gargano was advertised. It was advertised that they were going to wrestle, and freaking next thing you know it, I was like waiting for it. And next thing you know, it's freaking Hardy Boyz, and I was like, what the hell?
I thought Matt was done.
I thought so too.
He said he was done. I guess he had mentioned it, something about
wasn't he like in a suit backstage and maybe being a producer or an agent or something.
I wonder if this is a permanent thing or he just did it just because, or I don't know. It was cool. It was cool to see him again. Too. It was cool to see him again. They're awesome. My girl said this because she had never seen him, right? Because she just started watching the wrestling. She's all like, he needs to take that blonde spot out of his hair. He's like, because it looks bald.
She should have seen Seth Rollins back in the day.
Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah, I'm gonna show her a picture of Seth Rollins blonde hair.
Back with the early Shield days.
I think that was good. No, I think that's good. I think we're good on that.
Yeah, so let's move on to what happened on Monday Night Raw and then Tuesday Night SmackDown Live. Why did I call it Tuesday Night SmackDown? That's not even what it's called. SmackDown Live. And then Monday Night Raw. So obviously we got the Roman announcement to start off the whole thing. Yeah, I'm with you. I think when they announced it last week that he was going to come back and then they were like, hey, and by the way, the following day he's going to be in Good Morning America. I was like, yeah, he beat cancer. Like, it's in remission. Like, I don't think it was a secret, if you want to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I don't think I think everyone expected him to have been in remission just because like you said, how much of a big deal they were making it. How much of a, hey, not only is he coming back to Raw, but he's got a story. He's gonna go talk to Good Morning America. And I was like, well, yeah, he's gonna go talk to them and build it up as a, yeah, man, like it's like an inspirational type of thing, So I think it was, really obvious that he put that in remission, but it was good to hear it and to see him.
It was good to see him.
Oh, then when he entered, he had that brand new shirt. I was like, oh yeah, he beat it.
Yeah,
you saw that shirt?
Yeah, I saw something about
I can't remember what it said.
I don't remember. Yeah, but there was a lot of those shirts gonna be sold.
At the end, it was like we believe or something. Or
something like that. Something like that. Believe that. Yeah, I believe that. Yeah. I thought. What are we talking about? No, I'm just playing. No. I knew that he was gonna come. That he was gonna come back and say that. I didn't know about the Good Morning America thing, but
yeah.
But
it was almost immediately after they announced that he's coming back to Raw. They said, "Oh, and by the way, the following morning."
I did see that in the morning. Yes. Actually, she told me about it. I don't know why she knew. She was like, somebody told me it's gonna be on Good Morning in America. And I was like, how do you know? She was like,
yeah.
But yeah, congratulations to him. After that, what ended up happening on the show?
So Seth Rollins comes out.
Oh yeah, he did.
And
to hug him.
Hugs him. Apparently, Dean Ambrose was supposed to come out. I thought it was all storyline and he was not going to come out. Like I was like, oh, okay, storyline, so he's not gonna come out. But I was reading something. It's like, no, the plan was for Ambrose to come out. Ambrose didn't want to go out. Apparently, he was very emotional.
So. I've been hearing that lately he's been just going off script.
Yeah.
He says that last week he was supposed to say a lot of stuff instead of beat the beast or I don't know something like that. He said he was supposed to say a bunch of stuff about the Shield and all this stuff about them, and that he just decided to just say that. Yeah, that he's well.
It's like almost when you put in your 2 weeks notice. At
job, that he don't care, and that's what the article was talking about. Yeah. That literally when you're about to go out, you kind of can play around with your character because what are they gonna do?
What are they gonna do? Fire me? Go ahead.
Go ahead. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's cool. That's great. So he was too emotional to come out.
Apparently, that was a couple of dirt sheets were reporting that he was too emotional to come out. So he said, "No, I'm not going to go out." So they rewrote that ending with the whole. Ambrose at the end
when they helped them.
So when they helped them, they kind of rewrote that. That way they can at least get that whole little thing. And I think I actually liked the way that came out better.
It did. It was cool. It was cool. I thought I liked the way that they came in. They did what they needed to do. They didn't help him up or anything. They just walked off like we still got your back, but you're dumb.
You're dumb though.
Yeah.
You're dumb, but we still got your back. But you're dumb, man. No, I agree. I thought that was we'll get to that part. But anyways, Roman and Rollins goes to commercial. Nice moment there. Ricochet and Aleister Black defeated the Revival. So week number 2 where the Revival loses.
Dude, why are they doing this to them? Like, it sucks. Like they did all this to get them the titles. And
we talked about this last week and we said you could have put them against anybody else. You could have put last week it was
Gable and what's his other name?
Last week it was Gargano and Ciampa. You could have put them against Gable and Rude. You could have put them against the B team. You could have put them against the Ascension. You could have put them against anybody. Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins.
Yeah.
Anybody else you could have put them against. Not kind of bury the tag
literally
team
all they did is bury him. Literally they've buried him hard. They made him look so bad.
Yeah.
Even though it was a good match.
It was.
It was a really good match.
Yeah.
But it just sucks what they keep doing this to them. This is the second week in a row they lose. They just I don't know.
Yeah. I agree.
What's going on?
I mean, I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the match, but I agree. It sucks the fact that the Revival lost again for the second week in a row. So
that just looks like they're gonna lose the title soon.
Yeah, it just looks like they just kind of gave them the belts just to keep the people happy, but I don't think that was ever WWE's plans, and that sucks because the Revival is freaking good.
Yeah, it's it's probably just one of the best tag teams that there is.
Right now. Yeah, easily they are. Elias was interrupted by Lacey Evans, who did her little walk and do nothing, and then she left again.
I don't even want to talk about that girl.
And then Elias was then interrupted by Dean Ambrose, who said he was feeling positive and wanted no disqualification rematch with Drew McIntyre. Ambrose made a series of song requests, then requested a Dirty Deeds. Elias tried to hit him with the guitar, but Ambrose ducked it and dropped Elias with the Dirty Deeds. So then we get the Ronda Rousey, Natalya versus Ruby Riott and Sarah Logan. It ended when Becky Lynch showed up in the crowd and tried to fight Ronda. Lynch was then arrested and taken away. So then Ronda Rousey refuses. Well, if Ronda Rousey's pissed, and she calls out Vince McMahon, but actually gets Stephanie McMahon. And then she kind of tells her, hey, reinstate Becky Lynch for WrestleMania. But Stephanie refused and reiterated that her WrestleMania opponent is still Charlotte Flair. Ronda Rousey left the Raw Women's Championship in the ring and just took off, pissed off. What do you think?
I'm guessing that she's giving up the title because, or she's like trying to make a statement saying, like,
trying to make a statement.
You guys need to do something. If not, this is not. Yeah, because I heard what she said. You know about the belt and about the women's division and all this stuff. Like, I understand that. So I kind of guess it was just a symbolism of her be like, either you do this or like, what's the whole point of all this then?
Yeah, that's exactly what it probably
technically
was. Yeah, that's what it was. Okay, so you know, we were talking about earlier that this has stopped taking the center stage, and I'm okay with that. I think they need to start putting the center stage maybe in a couple of weeks when WrestleMania is 2-3 weeks away.
Yeah.
But right now it's okay if it's taking a backseat. I think it's fine. The thing is, I'm just not sure how I'm liking this whole thing where the story is heading.
Because I feel like they're still trying to figure out how to put her in.
I mean, I think it's easy. It's like, well, you run the Rumble, fine. You're not suspended anymore. You're back into your match where you were. We're just not taking Charlotte out. Yeah. I think that's exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah.
You know, but it's still a little weird. It still feels a little weird. I'm not too sure if I like where they're heading. I'm going to assume that on Monday we're going to get Charlotte, and then she's going to be like, well, hey.
Because she's going on Monday, right?
Yeah, the title's vacant. I'm the new champ now, blah, 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 blah. Just give me the belt. And then somebody's going to probably come in, either Becky again or Ronda, or something's going to happen like that.
Yeah. That's probably exactly what's going to happen.
But anyways, I guess we'll see where the storyline goes, but it's been a little weird. I like the Becky getting arrested. I think it was fine. I think it looked cool. But yeah, we'll see what happened. Then we get Kurt Angle and Jinder Mahal with a match. So then Mahal said he was tired of hearing about Ric Flair and challenged anyone attending Ric Flair's birthday celebration. Angle answered the challenge and won by submission with the ankle lock. So then after the match, Angle suplexed the Singh brothers and we're off happy. So at least he didn't get crushed by Jinder.
I didn't watch that one.
It was nothing special. So then we get Finn Balor, who was a guest on A Moment of Bliss. So Finn and Alexa briefly flirted before they were interrupted by Lio Rush. Rush was trying to get another title shot for Lashley, but ended up with one for himself. This led directly into the next match. So what did you think about this Moment of Bliss?
I saw part of it.
Okay.
I think this is all just leading. I have a feeling that Lashley and Leo are probably going to break up soon.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of what's going on here.
That's probably what's going to happen.
That's the way that kind of... Because you know how you've seen that Lashley's kind of been like mad at him because of the way he made him lost the title and all that stuff. So I think that's just leading it to for them to just break up. Yeah,
that's probably exactly what's going to happen. What are they doing with Alexa? Is she just a talk show host?
They have nothing... She has nowhere to go.
I don't know.
Where's she gonna go? Team up with what's her name?
Nikki. Yeah, go for after the new tag team championships.
Yeah, because she's really not relevant for the title right now, so it's not.
And it's okay. I understand that. Well, I guess they're trying to take her off, but you see what? I don't know. You see what I'm saying? Like it's like they don't know what to do with people, so they just put them in some like dumb stuff.
Yeah, literally, because that. Her moment of bliss is stupid.
I don't like it. Yeah,
like she's pretty. I
want her to wrestle again.
Like she's pretty and everything, but it's just I don't see the. I don't know, and it's not even entertaining. It's like kind of like when you watch Miss TV. At least he's funny.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Something always happens with her. It's just really more of interruptions.
It's always like that, but. Anyways, we get to the match where Finn Balor defended his Intercontinental Championship against Lio Rush. Finn Balor won with the coup de grace. What did you think about this?
It was a cool match. It's just Lio Rush it's good, bro. He's very talented. He's very quick.
He is.
His matches are always fast paced.
Yeah.
So I know Finn Balor kept up and everything. So I think it was a good match.
Yeah, I liked it as well.
It was a cool match.
I liked it as well. I thought it was a good match. What was it? Where am I at? Bobby Lashley and Braun Strowman were supposed to have a match, but Lashley attacked him before the bell. Strowman regrouped and ran through Lashley and Lio Rush. No match actually happened.
That's what he just left.
Okay, I don't remember that.
I thought it was a match, bro, because Lashley kind of was getting him and everything.
Yeah.
And then he just like did the whole round thing. He made him fly.
All right. Then the no disqualification match between Drew McIntyre and Dean Ambrose. So Drew McIntyre defeated Dean Ambrose. Because it was a no DQ. So then we get Elias. He hit Ambrose with the chair. And then it allows McIntyre to hit the Claymore to win the match. So once again, Ambrose loses another match. But then after the match, we get McIntyre, Elias, Bobby Lashley, and Baron Corbin just beat down Ambrose until Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns make the save. And like how we said a little earlier, it was they came in, they did their finishers on all of them. Dean Ambrose was still laying on the ground, and then they just kind of did their thing. They took off. They kind of stared down Ambrose, and Ambrose was just kind of like, okay, like
I think there's gonna be a reunion before he leaves.
Yeah, I think so too. But I guess I don't know. I don't want to see Ambrose leave.
And it might happen at
Fastlane
or WrestleMania. Something.
Yeah. No, not WrestleMania. They can't.
He leaves after WrestleMania, I think.
Yeah, he leaves after WrestleMania. I don't know. I mean, he's been on a losing streak.
Because they don't. That's how you know he actually is leaving for real. Like
that's how you know it's not really a work. It's just the dude's on a losing streak. Yeah, like bad.
He's on.
It's not even a Kurt Hawkins losing streak. It's a former WWE champion, Grand Slam champion losing streak.
Yeah. Hey, it happens to the best of us.
I guess so. Bayley defeated Nia Jax. So after the distraction from Sasha Banks, Bayley was able to hit a top rope elbow drop and pin Nia Jax. That was actually a surprise. I didn't think Bayley was gonna beat Nia Jax.
Yeah,
but
me
I'm
neither. But it was
did.
Cool. I saw her do the elbow, and I was like, "She gonna beat her?" Okay.
Okay, now.
Yeah, that's good because I don't like Nia Jax.
Who does? Triple H and Stephanie McMahon hosted the 70th birthday party for Ric Flair, featuring a custom-made World Heavyweight Championship belt. And the special guests included Shawn Michaels, Ricky Steamboat, Kurt Angle, and Sting.
Hey, that's one of my childhood favorite wrestlers.
Yeah, so it was cool to see Sting.
Did you see that Sting didn't even look at Seth Rollins?
Oh, I didn't notice that, actually. I was like...
And Seth Rollins was quiet, bro, because the whole time when people were passing by, he was all joking. I don't know if you've noticed all of them. They were like joking, pushing each other, talking shit and stuff. When Sting came out, bro, everybody was hyped, but he got quiet. And Sting kind of like was talking to everybody and didn't even glare at him, and he just kept It
was such a weird thing, though. I thought
who put Sting away?
It was him, but I'm just saying, like, I didn't think there was any bad blood. Accidents happen. The end.
I'm sure I'm just hyping it up, but look, bro, go back and look at it. You're starting a
rumor right now.
Go back and look at it.
No, I saw it, and I was like, dude, he gave him the cold shoulder.
Because I like Seth Rollins, but the only reason I don't I have that little thing is because he ended his career in the WWE very short.
Yeah,
he had a few years in him left.
I thought at least another he had another 4 matches left in him. He had some good
stuff going on, so whatever. At least he can say he wrestled Sting.
That's true. So then Ric Flair is there. Asked Ric Flair to come down to enjoy a celebration. He doesn't show up. However, because he is being attacked backstage in the locker room by Dave Batista, a returning Dave Batista is attacking Ric Flair. Then Batista drags Flair out, and Batista asks Triple H if he has his attention now. Triple H ran to the back to help Ric Flair, and that's how Raw goes off the air.
Yes, one of the Guardians of the Galaxy got Ric Flair.
Drax the Destroyer.
Drax. There we go.
What did you think?
I thought it was awesome, bro. Like we were talking earlier, I think it was one of the best endings we've had in a long time.
Oh, yeah.
And one of the best Raws we had in a long time. The way it ended, the way it was so unexpected. People knew Batista was going to come back in some type, but we didn't know how.
Yeah.
Or when or anything. And probably wasn't even crossed people's minds.
Yeah.
But it was cool, man. It's cool. And like we talked earlier, this is just a setup for that WrestleMania match with Triple H.
Yeah. I think it's just a setup. So in general, what did you think about Raw?
It was awesome. I thought Raw was like you said, we talked about it was unexpected, unpredictable, and it was just fresh. It was new things. We had Roman come back, we had Batista come back, so it was 2 people that just came back, and I think it's getting hyped, and of course, it starts getting hyped in these months because of it's the road to WrestleMania. So we'll see what if next week is about something about the same.
Yeah, I agree. I actually really enjoyed Raw this week. Probably the best Raw in months.
Yep.
Months. And it was really good. It was good. I think I texted you, didn't I? Did I text you?
Yeah, you did text me. You text me.
You
text me. You're all like, "Oh, it was a good Raw." He's like, "But I'm not gonna spoil it for you."
Yeah, but I'm not gonna spoil it for you. But it was a good Raw. So then moving on to SmackDown Live, we get Stephanie McMahon, Shake Man. They're opening SmackDown with the contract signing between Daniel Bryan, who's already in the ring, and Kofi Kingston. So then Shane and Stephanie recap Kofi's career, welcoming him. I can't even say welcoming him.
Welcoming him.
Dude, I can't say it.
Welcoming.
You see, now I messed you up. Welcoming him in. There we go. Slow it down, right? So I think they did the whole little montage of his career on purpose. Get the little feelings going.
Yeah, because everybody was all like, "Oh crap!"
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Maybe make the boos a little louder,
dude.
You know what I mean,
dude?
So then after Kofi cut a promo, Daniel Bryan signed his title match. Before Kofi could sign his part of the contract, Vince McMahon interrupts and makes his way down and announces that he thinks that Kofi is not high quality, not an A+ player.
Vince McMahon has been on a roll with that.
Dude, he's been replacing people left and right, dude. But he thinks Kofi's not a star. He thinks that he needs to replace Kofi with an actual star. And he announces that in Fastlane, Daniel Bryan will be facing off and defending his championship against Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens makes his way to the ring, signs the contract, and pretty much
the funniest part, I feel like people didn't know how to react, but they ended up booing. But like in the beginning, they were like, "Whoa!" Like everybody was like, "But wait!"
If I was Kofi, I was like, "Yo, hold up, let me sign this shit right now." Say what? What are you talking about? I just signed it. What are you talking about?
I thought it was cool. Like we talked about it earlier. That whole segment was awesome. The only thing I didn't like, I was waiting for Daniel Bryan to talk.
Yeah, he didn't really talk.
He didn't talk at all. He didn't talk almost at all. He was just. I thought he was gonna be like fickle.
Pickle. Yeah, dude. I thought it was a great way to begin. I think you're right. They're definitely gonna use Kofi at WrestleMania. Kofi Mania. So it's no surprise there. They might even just make it a triple threat, which I don't mind.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I don't know how this Kevin Owens and Bryan is gonna happen. I don't know if there's gonna be an interruption or something, because it's his comeback. It's gonna be his comeback match.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they're gonna make him lose, especially if he's a face.
I think that I don't think they're gonna make him lose.
Or Kofi might come in and do something because he's mad.
I think Kofi's just gonna be pissed and just be like, "Yo, F this."
He might come.
I'm going to AEW. Not just
you know what I call it, bro? I think he's gonna come out there. He's probably gonna interrupt the match.
Yeah, I could see that. Just throwing pancakes at them.
Something like maybe like knowing him, just throw pancakes at the whole time. And then you got Big E going like this.
Rubbing the pancakes on his chest. Yeah, dude. Yeah, just disqualification by pancake attack.
For real.
Yeah. Good opening for sure. Then we get the Bar in the ring, waiting for their match, but then they get a returning Hardy Boyz. The Hardy Boyz defeated the Bar when Jeff Hardy pinned Sheamus. Yeah, man. What did you think?
It was unexpected, actually. Yeah. It was just unexpected. I know, Matt he's been gone for what? Like a few months?
Almost a year.
Oh, yeah?
It felt like almost a year. Yeah. It's been a while.
It was cool to see him again. He hasn't lost a step. The Hardy Boy. I don't know if the Hardy Boys are back or this was just
I think they're back, dude. Yeah. I think
because they don't know what to do.
Last run.
They don't know what to do with Jeff right now because he already did the whole, he went for the title. He did, what he had to do, whatever. Yeah. So now he's just
call it, dude. Boston Hug Connection versus the Hardy Boyz. WrestleMania.
Have they won the SmackDown ones?
Ooh, not the SmackDown ones. No,
I don't think they have.
No, I don't think so neither.
I don't think they have. I think they won always the Raw.
The Raw when they came back and they won that ladder match at WrestleMania.
So they might get a SmackDown this year, maybe.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. And then Matt looks in incredible shape.
He looks good.
Yeah, he definitely slimmed down.
He looks good. Yeah, he lost some weight.
Yeah. Then we get a United States Championship match where R-Truth comes out and he says that, he wants to be like his hero, John Cena. When he grows up, he wants to be like his hero, John Cena. He wants to defend the U.S. Championship and be a, defending champion, which is cool. So then we get, Andrade, who comes out, who wants to, accept the challenge for the U.S. Open Challenge. But Rey Mysterio comes out and just kind of kicks him down.
And he just
goes through. It's like, nah, man, I'm doing it. And then Andrade comes back in. He was like, yo, I came out first. You kicked me out. No, man, it's me. And then they both kind of start bickering, like, hey, who's going to get the title shot? And then R-Truth was like, well, what will my hero John Cena do? He will probably face both of them. And he's like, but I ain't John Cena. that was super funny. But at the end of the day, R-Truth does convince himself to face both of them and be a fighting champion. And it was actually a pretty good match.
It was a decent
really enjoyed
match. I like I follow Rey Mysterio on Instagram, and he always highlights all his moves and stuff on Instagram. And I remember he showed, and I remember yesterday when he R-Truth had Cien Almas on his shoulders, and Rey Mysterio just throws himself on top of him and just
a Hurricanrana.
Every single time they wrestle, bro, they always do something different.
Yeah.
And I like that. That's why I love Rey Mysterio. He's very innovative, and with R-Truth and Cien Almas, I'm sure it looks like it's easier to do something with them because they move so quick, they're so flexible, and all this stuff. So I thought
R-Truth is like 50,
and he moves like he's 25,
dude,
bro.
Oh my god,
his abs are crazy, and he does flips, kind of like Cien Almas. Like they can, I'm sure they can do a flip off or something.
Flip off. I could do a different kind of flip off. Just not that kind of flip off that they're thinking about.
But it was a good match, and he paid homage to his hero John with Cena. Doing the knuckle. That's right. He did knuckle shuffle. Yeah. And he tried to do his AA. It was a lot of homage going on with the old timers this week.
Yeah. But Truth ends up winning. He pinned Rey Mysterio with a schoolboy roll up. He just did the schoolboy to retain the title. After the match, Andrade attacks Mysterio and try to hit a DDT, but Mysterio reverses it and sets up Andrade for a second rope on the second rope for a 619, but then Zelina Vega made the save, and they just kind of go off on commercials.
Good match.
Very good match. Let me get a drink of water. So then Charlotte Flair comes out, and she recaps, Ronda Rousey giving up the title, blah, blah, blah. And she said that she's going to be on Raw next Monday to be named the new champion. Kind of what we expected.
Yeah.
And then something's going to end up happening.
Charlotte Flair annoys me right now, so.
She annoys you right now. I think she's...
it's just her heel. That's who she is.
But she's better as a heel.
Yeah. It's just... I think that's why she annoys me, because she's just good. She's good.
A good heel.
It's a good heel.
Yeah, I agree. She's a good heel. Ricochet and Aleister Black defeated Rusev and Shinsuke Nakamura. Nakamura attempted the Kinshasa, but then Black reversed it into a Black Mass. Another decent match. Good match.
I want to know what they're doing. Like are they just showing off these people that they can beat the best? Because literally they're just throwing everybody at them, and they're just throwing them left and right.
Yeah.
Like we know they're good.
Yeah.
But technically, NXT is the lower brand, I guess you can say.
Yeah, the third brand.
It's a third brand, so you're grabbing these guys from the third brand and taking them to the top brand, and they're beating all the top guys.
Yeah.
We get they're good, but I don't know if they should make them look that great. I don't know. I
think you do have to make them look like stars just because nobody knows them, or at least the general audience doesn't know them. So you do have to make them look like stars. But again, I don't mind Rusev and Nakamura putting them over. It's when you have your tag team champions, the Revival putting them over. I think that's where you have a problem. You want to make sure that other teams are putting them over and not the main dogs. Yeah. But whatever. I thought it was a good match.
No, but it was a good match.
I liked it. I like this pairing too. It gives them something to do. You know what I mean?
The Shinsuke and Rusev. Oh no,
I like Ricochet and
yeah, because they're more. I feel like they're more agile together. Like they move very quick. They're faster than.
I'm sure eventually they'll go their separate ways, but right now it's a good way to keeping them on TV.
Yeah.
and just kind of having them do some stuff. But I hope next week they show us, Ciampa and Gargano, because they missed out this whole week. So I would like to see that. Anyways, AJ Styles cuts a promo on returning to glory. He talked about SmackDown being the house that AJ Styles built. Then Randy Orton shows up, and they had a tense stare down.
He said the house that what?
The house that what?
And then that's it. So new rivalry there.
New rivalry. And yeah, man. Lacey Evans continues her little walking down the ramp and blah blah blah. And then we get the main event, which saw Kevin Owens and Kofi Kingston defeat Rowan and Daniel Bryan. Owens pinned Bryan after hitting the seated. So he hit the stunner.
He hit the stunner, bro.
Yeah,
that was lit.
That was cool.
That was lit. He executed it very well.
Yeah, he did.
It was really good. It was a good match.
And Bryan took it well too, because you also have to take it well.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so.
Nobody took a stunner like The Rock though.
The Rock would take great stunners, dude. The Rock took great. He would sell the hell out of that move. Dude.
I love those stunners. Every time The Rock would get a fucking stunner,
he would. Sell
it's like he would bounce off. Like
yeah. He would sell the hell out of that move, dude.
I need to look it up later. I'm gonna look it up because that's funny. Every time he gets stunned,
he flops around, dude. Actually, I think one of Stone Cold's podcasts, he talks about The Rock, how The Rock would sell his stunner, and he was just cracking up. He was like, "Man, this guy just flopping around all over the place," but he was selling the hell out of my stunner. He was saying, but yeah, it's. So I like when people sell the stunner. It looks cool. Yeah. But yeah, man, I like seeing Owens back. Like you said, we don't know if he's face or heel. He looked like a baby face this week.
In a way, yeah, he looked like a baby face.
Don't know what's going to happen next week. What did you think about SmackDown?
I thought SmackDown was great as well. There was a lot of surprises. We got Owens. You got Matt Hardy. You got these matches. I think overall, it was really good. But I can't even rate them in a way because they were both great. Like I think they were both great. Maybe Raw because you got Roman came back and all that stuff, but you also got a lot of great things that happened on SmackDown. Well,
all I know is that I'm happy that they're making changes now and getting us excited for WrestleMania because I mean there was just only one match I was excited for WrestleMania. Now I'm like, okay, now I can see potentially more matches to get excited at. Now if they're gonna keep if they're gonna do that Kofi Mania thing, awesome. That's another match to get excited about.
It's going to be a long match. I hope they give them some good time.
We were all already excited for Becky and Ronda and, they added Charlotte, whatever. But we were excited for Becky. We want to see Becky. Most of the people want to see Becky win at Mania. And I think that even though it might be predictable, that is the right call.
And she's going to pin Charlotte.
She's probably going to pin Charlotte. Yeah, that's for sure. If that happens, but it's the right call. Another thing, if they do Bryan and Kofi, I still think Kofi getting his WrestleMania moment and winning is the right call.
And lose it the next day.
If their long-term plans do not involve Kofi being the WWE champion, it's fine. You could always reverse that.
Was the Kofi thing really? Was he really a substitute, or was this planned?
Like he was a substitute. Remember, it was Mustafa Ali.
Yeah. So if it wasn't for Mustafa ever getting hurt, Kofi would have never been.
Kofi would have never been in this position. Stuff just happens, dude.
Yeah, and I'm glad that the WWE took this whole little thing about, we're listening to the people.
Yeah.
Because literally that's what they're doing.
If Kofi is wrestling Daniel Bryan for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania, yes, and I guess you can chalk one up there and saying they're kind of listening. Becky winning at the Rumble, right move. Rollins winning at the Rumble, right move. Those are things that they while they were predictable, they were the correct moves to make. And, that was listening to the people. Another thing would be Becky winning the championship at WrestleMania would be the right move. Rollins beating Lesnar at WrestleMania would be the right move. And now if they were to do that Kofi and Bryan, I still think Kofi winning at WrestleMania would be the right move.
It would be, but think about it like this. It would be 3 championship changes.
And it would be all feeding the what people want.
Yeah.
That's not risky. That's literally giving the audience what they want. But
WWE is known to crap on everything too.
If they're gonna crap on anything,
they will probably crap on Kofi.
They'll crap on Kofi, and I can see them crapping on Becky. Yeah. I can see that. I don't know why. I just don't think I can see them crapping on Rollins beating Lesnar. Well, but you know what? Now that Roman is back, they might be like, hey, you know what? Screw it. Like, let's just again let's just keep the belt on Lesnar until maybe SummerSlam, where we have Lesnar and Roman again.
Yeah.
And just kind of redo that. I can see them doing that, and which again would suck.
Would suck because it's just like telling that same story all over again.
All over again. Just give the belt to Rollins. We'll have a Rollins versus Reigns match down the line eventually.
Yeah.
We get it.
And it'll be a good match.
And it'll be a good match. Just give the belt. So, like I said, it might be maybe predictable, but you do have those 3 championships that need to be, be given to those people. Yeah. It's just the right move. And if they're listening to the WWE audience, it looks like that's the people what they want. They want Becky to win. They want Rollins to win. And if it's a Kofi and Bryan main event, they want Kofi to win. I mean, I think those are our 3 main championships and the 3 main outcomes that people want.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. We'll see what happens.
Exciting.
I enjoyed this week of WWE, and I hope they keep it going. More excitement, more, must see. More, surprises. I want this,
When is Fastlane?
Fastlane is 1 week from this Sunday.
Okay.
So this Sunday is what, March 3rd? So the following Sunday.
So the 10th?
Yeah, the 10th.
Okay.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, it will be the 10th. I think I saw it. Remember they had it on the entrance? They're like,
so.
I think I read it and it said 1 week from this Sunday.
I think so.
Yeah, so... Anyways,
cool,
we're on time, man. Anything else you want to talk about really quickly?
Let me see. Dude.
Okay.
The billionaire from AEW is young. And you know who's one of his idols?
Who is it?
Vince McMahon.
Did you watch an interview?
I read when Jericho. I read the Jericho interview.
Okay,
not the whole thing, just a little piece because it was on Google and I was reading.
So
it.
I listened to the podcast. I listened to the podcast with Jericho, and he had
Khan, I think his name is.
Yeah, Khan. I don't remember his first name, but yeah. So his dad is the billionaire.
Oh, okay.
His dad is the billionaire. He works for the Jaguars as their analytics guy. But obviously your dad's the billionaire, so I mean.
But he's running everything.
He's running AEW, but with his dad's money. So technically, it's like the Khan Senior. I don't know. I don't know their name. I just know their last name. He's the money guy, right? The guy, the dad. He's the money guy, but the son is the one that's running the company. Okay.
I kind of read they were asking him like somewhat of the vision for AEW, and I guess because he's inspired by the Attitude Era.
Yeah, he was an Attitude Era guy. I can see that.
Yeah, he was inspired by that, but he says of course he doesn't want to bring it back or copy it, but he wants to bring some of that elements into what they're doing now. But it was I actually want to listen to it because it was interesting reading it, and I like thoughts of what they're gonna do and all this stuff, and I'm surprised you don't listen to more podcasts. I need to start listening to more podcasts.
Your job, you could probably just listen to something while you're doing your work.
Yeah, that's how I've listened to books like that before.
Yeah,
I've literally finished a book in a job because I lived there like 3 hours. But I need to start listening to some podcasts. I've been wanting to listen to the Jericho one because I know he doesn't just do wrestling; he does a lot of other stuff too, and it looks pretty interesting. So, I'm gonna start doing some podcasts.
Yeah, you should.
Start
by listening to our podcast.
I hate listening to myself.
I know, I do too. Actually, to be honest with you.
But it was a good podcast.
I liked it. Yeah, because it gave you a little bit of an insight of what he's thinking, and it's good. It's good that it's an alternative. They're not trying to, I know people want to make.
They're trying to like compete with WWE. It's like no, it's like we're not.
No, they're not.
We're different. They're like we're different.
It's different. Yeah, it's exactly what it is. It's different
stuff. But I know
the only way they're gonna compete with WWE is not by audience. It's only by talent. That's the only way that they're going to compete with WWE. Not with audience. WWE's audience is completely different than the audience that AEW is trying to target.
Yeah, I think they're trying to target more mature people that like. I think I would like it.
Yes, exactly. Like they're targeting more.
I would like it because they were more about the performers and like their athletic ability of and all this stuff. So I can tell that there's not going to be a lot of a soap opera. It's just literally going to be more talent, kind of like the Indies.
Yes, exactly.
Technically, in a way. So,
yeah,
but
with a bigger budget.
Yeah, with the bigger budget. So I like that because I admire wrestlers that can move. You know what I mean? Like Mustafa Ali type. You know, Rey Mysterio type. I like those type of wrestlers. Kind of like the Lucha Libre type of wrestlers. I like that. But I don't know. I'm gonna look more into AEW. It looks pretty interesting. So hopefully we can.
I'm sure they're gonna get a TV deal, but I don't think nothing's gonna happen till like October. Because that's when what new seasons usually start in October, and that's probably when they'll start going live. And I think he mentions that they will be going live, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Which I think it's a must. To be honest with you, at least in this day and age, if they want to, make it exciting, which I think that's what their goal is, to make their program exciting, they need to go live. They just need to go live.
Live on Facebook.
Wherever they get the TV deal. No, they just need to go live on television. Yeah, kind of
like Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah, exactly. Live. They need to be live, and and I think it's gonna be good. I don't know. Yeah,
sounds like it is. So we'll look into it.
Yeah. Anyways, I guess that is it for us today, guys. Thank you for joining us today. Make sure you guys follow us on Instagram and on Twitter at TBAW Podcast. That's TBAW Podcast. Also, make sure to listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify. And we are live every Wednesday night, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time here on YouTube. And yeah, man.
Yeah, man. It was a good podcast. It was a good week for wrestling. And hoping next week they keep it up.
Yeah, I agree. Anyways, guys, we'll see you guys next week. Peace.